Matt, 1-1 draw today, come away with a point. What did you make of it?
I think it was probably a game of two halves. Hartlepool, we know, are a really solid National League team with men in their team that know exactly what's expected of them, experienced. So, first half they've had one shot and it's gone in. But we changed things at half time because we needed to. It wasn't due to Taylor Clark's performance. Adrian Mariappa didn't start today because physically he wasn't able to play 90 minutes. But comes on at half time, we changed shape ever so slightly probably within what we do, as opposed to making wholesale changes. And there was only one team in the second half. I mean, if I look at the balance of chances created, the balance of possession, we've really dominated that game in the second half. Their goalkeeper, without a shadow of a doubt, man of the match. We've created some unbelievable moments where I spoke to the players in the dressing room afterwards that I'm really pleased that we are creating opportunities and chances like that. But for us to get to the next level, we have to take them. So if there was one area today in which I feel I could critique our group, that would be it. Because, I think Sam's hit the bar or the post. Their goalkeeper's made an absolutely unbelievable save from Maps, the skipper. So there were moments in the game today where if we take them, I think that's a 2 or 3-1 comfortable victory for us. But Hartlepool are very good at what they do. Yeah. They have some real quality in their group. But I'm extremely happy with my players, with the effort, the desire they gave today. I can't have any complaints other than maybe we could be a bit more ruthless in front of goal. But listen, we played on Wednesday. Our group's really small. Okay, albeit we added 2 players. Will Randall was down to start. He's rolled his ankle in the warm-up. His ankle's swollen up. He's on crutches. But it's just the way that things are going for us. Callum Ceesay's played through an injury there in real pain. But we need players that want to run for each other, and that's what we've got. So it wasn't ideal. We had to change the team 10 minutes before kick-off. They've turned up with their away kit, but their away kit's too similar to our home kit. So we have to play in our away kit. It's just everything that could have happened today to derail us and getting a performance happen, but the players were magnificent in their endeavours to get back into the game and to get a point. Really pleased for Enzio to get his goal as well. Enzio's been extremely consistent this season and gets that bit of luck.
I was going to mention there the goal for Enzio. He's a player that's played the majority of games. He's really reliable in that right back spot, isn't he?
Yeah, he can play. He's played right wing back. He's played right side centre half. We've played with wingers. He's played there. We've played him as a 10. I think if you ask Enzio to play in goal, he'd play in goal. He epitomises everything about this group of men, and spoke in there around the character and the belief that this group has got. We're in a position in the league which probably doesn't reflect the performance levels I've got out of the players every week, or we've got out of the players every week. But in saying that, what I'm really pleased with, and I'll keep talking about this, is that they never give up, they never give in. It's another game at home. We've conceded first, which is disappointing. But we were so much superior than the opposition in the second half. And you always get a good judge of a performance level from the supporters at the end of the game. And the supporters at the end of the game, they applauded the players off, and quite rightly so. There won't be one person that leaves here today saying that they haven't seen the Wealdstone team give absolutely everything for the shirt. That's all we can do. We can't control what others outside of this football club do. Look, we're in a position where some of the stuff that's happened is undescribable in terms of today. We make a signing, Will's going to play. He turned his ankle. I would imagine he'll be out now for a period of time. So I don't know what that looks like. We've been trying to sign a lot of quality players, but we can't get it over the line. But ultimately, we are going with the group that we've got, but we do need a bit of help. We do need some new faces in the building. But what I think is really important for me to stress is that whoever comes into the squad right now has to make us better What we can't do is just pad out the squad with numbers. We have to make sure that we get the recruitment right, because we understand that for the limited resources that we have, every player that we sign has to be the right decision. And more importantly, and I know I speak about it all the time, it's actually the character of the players. So we'll get that right. It's just taking a bit of time. I understand the frustration from the supporters. They want to see new players come in. What I can honestly tell them, it's not for lack of work from either Steve, myself, or Rory, or the coaches. We're all out. We're all doing everything we can. We spend a lot of the time on the phone, out meeting players, watching games. It's just at the moment, we probably aren't the most attractive proposition for a lot of people. We know what we've got at this football club, and we will add players, but we will add the right players, and unfortunately it takes time.
In terms of Hartlepool as a team, it seemed like one of their biggest assets was sort of their sort of aggressive nature up top. Was that something you were expecting from them?
Yep.
Really powerful strikers.
Two big strikers up top, who thrive off diagonal passes. We haven't had the opportunity to work on it in training because the players played on Wednesday night. We had them in for a recovery session on Thursday. We couldn't do any work on the grass with them. Or the Astrokers, if we had have done any work, then I guarantee you they wouldn't have been fit for this game. We don't train on a Friday, so it was important we got the players here early today and made sure that everyone was okay. As I say, there were a couple of players in the warm-up who felt maybe they might not be able to get through 90 minutes, but they have done. And that's what a club like ours needs. But yeah, of course we're aware of what they're going to do. They've got two really good strikers. That Gary Medee's played, I think, in the Championship. You know, he's had a great career. And you see how intelligent he is when the ball goes up to the other big number 9. You know, Medine pops underneath, and that's where his goal comes from, because he's an intelligent footballer. I just feel, to give you some technical detail, the reason we conceded the first goal was we're a bit too deep. We didn't have any real covering and around when the ball was going up to the 9s, and that he gets a bit lucky with the ball arriving at his feet and takes a deflection off Jack and goes in. But the players didn't give up. As I say, our job as coaches or managers, or whatever you want to call us, Will, right? This is never about me as a manager. This is about a group of staff, right? And we always speak to the staff at half time. I always do before we go in and speak to the players. And my gut was we needed to change something. And as a group, we've come up with a solution to a problem. Because when you're a group of staff at a football club, that's your role, that's your responsibility. So, all kudos to the staff as well for helping to find a solution to what we felt was a real problem in the first half. And you just saw it was a game of two halves, and we were so dominant in the second half. It's just, as I say, I stand here now, and for me, my probably raw emotion is that's 2 points dropped as opposed to 1 point gained. Hartlepool, who are an extremely big football club and at our level, they'll be happy going away from here with a point, because they know how difficult it is to play against us.